Hi everyone, it's Kelly here of Kelly Creates, and I'm at Scrapbook.com, and I'm so excited to share with you today my educational program for learning brush pen calligraphy. The first thing I want to tell you about are my brush pens. The Dream pens are a large brush tip pen, and they're revolutionary because they have two ends to them. The one end is a larger tip, you can see by the swash on the barrel, and the other end is a little bit of a smaller tip. And brush pens are different from regular pens or markers because they bend and flex. So when you're using them, you will move lightly upward for a light upstroke, and you will push down and bend that tip and get a thick downstroke. So you get two different sizes of script when you're using a brush pen. So aside from the Dream pens, in my collection, we have also small brush tip pens. And these are the multicolor, they come in 10 colors, multicolor small brush pens that write beautifully and flex beautifully when you're learning your calligraphy. So I'll just show you the difference between the two sizes. You're going to also write smaller with the small tip pens. So they're more suitable, I'd say, for your card making, for your envelope addressing. People use them for their wedding invitations also. Another brush pen in my line are the metallic jewel pens. And they are gorgeous metallic colors on black and white paper. I'll just first show you what they look like on the white paper. So here's a letter A. And they're super juicy and smooth. They have a bit of a drying time, and I'll show you the same jewel pen on the black paper. It really pops, and you can actually color with these. A lot of card makers stamp and then color with this metallic jewel brush pen to get that super shiny effect on their cards. The other brush pens that are in this line are the aqua brushes. They are really fun. They are a real bristle tip, and you can create distressed edgy lines. You can color with them. You can use them with watercolor as well. The last thing I want to show you about my brush pens is this deluxe lettering kit. This has everything you need to use when you're learning brush pen calligraphy. You have a ruler, pencil, a clickable eraser, 2 fine liners, 3 brush pens that are black and come in 3 different sizes, a fine, a medium, and a large tip, and 3 large tip Dream pens. You also have this little brochure, and this fun pen roll makes you feel super artistic when you can either pack it and put it in your bag and take your brush lettering wherever you go. When you are learning brush pen calligraphy, you actually start with this workbook, the letters A to Z. The workbooks are all set up the same way. They have a coil on the top. At the beginning, you have your instructions. There are 3 sections. We have the basic strokes and drills at the front. In the middle, we have the lowercase alphabet. And at the end, or in the back section, we have the uppercase alphabet. So this is how you progress through this workbook. You open up the beginning, and you will see in front of every worksheet, you will have 3 pieces of tracing paper. You take the first piece of tracing paper and you place it on top of this first worksheet. And then I'm going to tell you to grab a few of these sheets and flip the book like this. Why do we flip the book? So you have a smooth paper to move your hand across. You don't want your pen to fall off the edge of this paper. When you have your book set up like this, with one piece of tracing paper down, you pick up your brush pen, you hold it high on the barrel. You can see where the swash is. You are not going to hold your pen and choke down low on the barrel. You will hold it high on the barrel, and that's to create the right angle of your brush tip to your paper. If you're left-handed, you are going to hold it high on the barrel as well, but I would like you to write from the side, not from on top like a hook, and not from underneath. You will also adjust your paper angle if you're left-handed, and you will turn your paper this way. but I'm right-handed, so I'm going to angle my paper to my left. Then we begin. Follow the arrows, and every time you move your brush pen upwards for a thin stroke, you start at the bottom line and go up lightly. When you do a thick stroke, you push down and create a thick line just like that. The brush tip will flex. Light up, push down. Light up, push down, pressure on the downstroke. This is the first page that will help you get used to using the brush pen and seeing how it flexes for thin and thick strokes. At the beginning, there are 8 basic strokes. You'll go through them all, and these 8 basic strokes make up the alphabet, the entire alphabet from A to Z. So when you go into the first page of your lowercase alphabet, you're going to see the letters I and T. You won't start with A, B, C. You will start with I and T because they are the easiest letters to learn. So just like you did with the first basic stroke, you lay down one piece of tracing paper and you follow the arrows with your light up strokes and heavy down strokes. And where you see a thin line, you release pressure on the pen. So push, release pressure, and exit lightly and dot your I. This is how you use every workbook with the tracing sheets. When the sheets are all filled up, this is my first sheet, I will just tear it right out of the book and go to my next sheet. When your sheets are all torn out and they're all used up, then what you're going to do is use the tracing paper from the Kelly Creates tracing practice pads. Here is a pad of tracing paper that you can use. You'll just tear this out and place it on top of your worksheets that are in your book. So you preserve your worksheets, you don't have to write on them. It's very important to practice on super smooth paper, or else your brush pen tips will get damaged. So you can use any of the Kelly Creates practice pads to do that. Always use guidelines. There's a practice pad with lines. There's a practice pad with the dot grid, the square grid, and the dot grid. And you can also use blank paper for your practice. There's also a practice pad for with black paper for your jewel brush pens, so that's really fun too. Along with this workbook for large brush pens, we have a workbook the same setup for small brush tip pens. It's exactly the same process, except you're going to use the small multicolor brush tip pens. If you want to learn a different style of calligraphy, I have the new bouncy brush lettering workbooks here. They are for large and small brush tip pens. They're set up the same way with the tracing paper, the lowercase alphabet and the uppercase alphabet, but it's a different style. It's more relaxed. Let's look at the cover of the bouncy and let's look at the cover of the classic. You can see that the bouncy moves up and down from that baseline. It's just another word for modern calligraphy. So if you enjoy a more playful style, you can definitely learn brush pen calligraphy with the bouncy workbooks. After you learn the alphabet, what are you going to do? You're going to want to learn how to write words and connect all your letters and strokes together to make words and phrases. That's where you're going to be using the Making Connections workbooks. The Making Connection workbooks are also made for large and small brush tip pens. There are 2 themes of the workbooks. You have greetings and you have calendar words. In the greetings workbook, you have sentiments and special occasions. So you can see an example, words like hello, I love you, please, thank you. And this is for the large brush tip pen. There's Halloween, there's Easter. And the calendar words are words like months, days of the week. There's even a bonus set of colors in here. So you can use all of these for your scrapbooking, your card making, your art journals, your planners, and your other bullet journals. Here's an example in the Making Connections workbook of a worksheet page with the tracing paper on top. The first line is a breakdown of the word into its separate strokes. And then in the next lines, you have the connections together of the whole word. So then you will just trace over and learn how to connect the strokes to write the words. So I hope you enjoy learning brush pen calligraphy with my workbooks and brush pens. Have a lot of fun, breathe, write, and relax. Thanks for watching. If you like this video and want to see more from Scrapbook.com, please like, share, subscribe, and leave a message. Happy crafting!